Hi everyone. So today we are going to look at sentiment analysis um, means model which can do sentiment analysis on our data. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it is as easy as an integration with an API. But first, what we will need is we will need to identify which model we want to use for sentiment analysis. So we will go to Hugging Face and in the model, so Hugging Face has, as you can see, 600,000, mean almost 700,000 models are ready to be integrated. So why not use that, right? And let's search for models which can do sentiment analysis. So sentiment, I'll just write that. And there are a couple of models over here. Let's just find this one. So this model looks good. Uh, and it is based on Roberta Twitter. So this is a custom model, I guess. And with this many downloads, so how can you identify if it is good or bad with the downloads and likes? This is a pretty good criteria. And if you write a classification, you can even test it. So code cases are increasing fast and compute. But what I was thinking is if it can give me all the scores together. So let's find some other model. Yeah, there's this one based on Bert. So just to give a little bit about Bert language model, it is also based on transformers. So it is kind of a predecessor of large language model, and it was developed by Google. And there are many people who have increased it and enhanced their performance. So here you can see this is a multilingual sentiment analysis model. So um, let's just find out. In our case, like my laptop is broken. And if I'll compute it, it says yes, mostly it is negative, and it is 0.24 neutral, but 0.1 positive. I think it's good. And it is giving me scores with all the labels, and that is what I needed. So let's just find out how I can use it. Now, you will see different options over here. I don't want to train it. I want to use this model, but this is for if you can ingest Python libraries, a transformer library, but I cannot do that. So let's see if I can deploy it on the inference API and use that API. So here you see, once we click over that, it gives you a very simple code which you can use to call this model. And so the API URL is this, header is this, query. I'll just copy this. Now, once I have this information, so for the convenience, I've already created a schedule job which runs on incident and checks the short description, and based on the short description, it updates the sentiment score. So the sentiment score is a field that I've created for this purpose. So let's just see one in action, then I will explain the code. So if I'll go to incident, you will see the sentiment score has been added to multiple short descriptions. And if I go here, in the incident, you see, okay, so based on this, cannot sign into company portal app. It's almost like means it's not very negative, but it is negative, and it's positive. So it's kind of a very simple. But let's yeah, this one. So here you see SAP financial performance is very poor, and it understands very poor is a very strong negative word, and that's why the negative score is like this, which is I think it's working very well. And now to show how the scripts means, again, as I said, so I call the REST message, set the endpoint. So the endpoint is same, the Hugging Face and the model, multilingual model. Post bearer token. Here is the token that you have to add from the Hugging Face. And then simply added the response. And in the incident, so why I have set the limit of 100, why I'm not doing it on ad hoc. I wanted to to populate all the incident with this sentiment score, but there is only means within one few hours. So there's a rate limit on the Hugging Face side, and I can only update 100 of the incidents, which is fine for me. So that's why I set the limit as 100. And in the short description, so I'm giving the query, which is my function, the short description. And as you can see, so the requesting body data is nothing but the query, the short description. And on the basis of that, the sentiment score is getting updated. So it's a very simple code. And here you saw that how um, a language model which can determine the sentiment score of your data within like what 5 to 10 minutes we were able to get that integrated with our system. You can use the same code for with in BR or any other way and on any data. And most important thing is this is a pretty good model and it is all free. So please go ahead and use it. And I will be adding the XML uh, of this schedule job so that you can immediately get this information and play with it. Thanks.